Welcome, everyone. It's such a great pleasure to have you all here, and it's an honor for the Sports University of Tirana to organize this forum for the first time in Tirana. Welcome. For the first time, we have representatives in this forum from different nations. Without further ado, I will give the floor to Director of University of Sports University of Tirana, Professor Euro-Balkan-Med.
Good morning, distinguished guests, participants. As a rector of the University and a proud member of the ENSE Forum, it's truly a pleasure to welcome each and every one of you here. We are thrilled to be hosting this significant gathering at the Sport University of Tirana. A special thanks goes to my colleague and friends, Professor Antonio, the president of the initiative and the hard work of our team, bringing together representatives from 11 different nations. Share their insight would not have been possible. Today we gather with a shared goal to explore, discuss, and drive innovation around the thing, bringing borders through sport education. The Euro-Balkan-Mediterranean perspective in a world where regional connections are both crucial and complex. This forum shines a light on sport as a bridge for education and transformation. Sport education does so much more than develop skills. It nurtures values like teamwork, resilience, and respect for diversity. Across Europe, the Balkans and the Mediterranean sport is a universal language that transcends borders, fostering unity. This forum will serve us for platform to exchange ideas, build partnership, and deepen our understanding of how sport can strengthen international relationships. The Euro-Balkan-Mediterranean region, with its unique blend of culture, presents an exciting opportunity and challenge to the sport as a means for social cohesion and mutual growth. I would like to thank each of you for bringing your expertise, your passion, and your perspective to this gathering. It is your commitment to progress, learning, and collaboration that will make this event truly impactful. Let us embark on this discussion with an open mind, ready to listen, share, and create platforms for a future where sport units us all. Thank you, and wish us all a fruitful and inspiring fall ahead. Thank you.
And it is an honor and also pleasure to have the Vice Minister for Education and Sport, Mr. Endekoja, who is he's an alumni of Sports University of Tirana. Mr. Roger, the floor is yours.
Okay, good morning. For the protocol, I can speak in Albanian language. Nderuar Biguim, rektori Universitetit Tiranës, Kasa, dhe njëkohësisht anëtar I bordit të ENSE. Nderuar zoti president Antonio Biguim, tashmë I Universitetit Italia Koran. Nderuar lektor, dhe panelistë të këtij forumi të 17. Nderuar zonja dhe zotërinj, është kënaqësi për mua.
Okay, dear my friend, honored director of Sports University of Tirana, Mr. Costa, dear president of and the board head of ENSE 17th project, and Mr. President of the Secretary of the University of Euro-Balkan-Med, dear lecturers, finalists of this forum, and ladies and gentlemen present here today. It's a pleasure for me to be here today and to welcome all the participants to the 17th Forum of European Sports Education Network ENSE.
Ky forum është një mundësi e jashtëzakonshme për të diskutuar dhe eksploruar rolin e sportit në nxitjen e unitetit dhe adresimin e sfidave sociale kulturore.
This forum is an extraordinary opportunity to discuss and explore the role of sport in fostering unity and addressing social cultural challenges.
Jam krenar që Universiteti i Sporteve të Tiranës është një kujtës i këtij forumi kaq të rëndësishëm, fal përkushtimit dhe gatishmërisë së rektorit të
I'm proud that the Sports University of Tirana is the host of this important forum, and this is thanks to the dedication and willingness of the rector of sports.
Sportet gjithmonë kanë qenë një fuqi e jashtëzakonshme që te kalojnë fuqinë dhe bashkojnë njerëz nga formime dhe krijarje të ndryshme.
Sports have always been a tremendous force, reaching the boundaries and uniting people from different backgrounds.
Pavarësisht në fushë, në parket ose pjesë, sportet flasin një gjuhë. Një gjuhë që flet për pasionin, për vendosmërinë, sakrificën dhe kontribon në zhvillimin e gjithanshëm dhe sfidon normat sociale duke promovuar një shoqëri më gjithëpërfshirëse dhe të barabartë.
Okay, despite on being practice and play on field, on track or on the board, that we speak the same language. A language that is of passion, determination, sacrifice, and it contributes to all around development and challenges social norms by promoting a more inclusive and equal society.
Një nga shembujt më të thellë të sportit që ka përcjellë kufinë janë lojrat olimpike. Atletët nga gjithë bota ndidhen për të konkuruar, duke përfaqësuar vendin e tyre me krenari, ndërsa mëshirojnë gjithashtu frymën olimpike të miqësisë, të pasionit, të respektit dhe të paqes.
Okay, one of the main examples of sport that bridges boundaries are the Olympic Games. And athletes from all over the world come together for peace, representing their countries with pride, but at the same time embodying the Olympic spirit, that of friendship, respect, and peace.
Në nivelin bazë, programet sportive në shkolla dhe komunitetet luajnë një rol të rëndësishëm në promovimin e përfshirjes dhe parësisë.
And the best of sports programs in schools and communities play a very important role in promoting
Ato ofrojnë mundësinë për të rinj që të zhvillojnë aftësitë, të ndërtojnë besim dhe të krijojnë miqësi.
Sports at this level provide opportunities for young people to develop their skills, to build confidence, and also to create and form friendships and relations.
Në këtë drejtim kemi shpjeguar një ligj për sportin që promovon dhe mbështet të drejtën e njerëzit përmes sportit për të gjithë, pa marrë parasysh gjininë, racën, aftësinë ose statusin social-ekonomik.
In this regard, we have developed and drafted and law, a sports law that promotes and supports human rights for sport for all, regardless of gender, race, ability, and socio-economic status.
Ndër vitet Ministria e Arsimit dhe Sportit dhe Qeveria Shqiptare kanë investuar në infrastrukturë sportive dhe kjo tendencë pritet të vazhdojë edhe në të ardhmen.
Over the years, the Ministry of Education and Sports and the way the government have invested in sports infrastructure, and this tendency and willingness is expected to continue in the future.
Sot kemi më shumë objekte sportive dhe fusha sportive krahasuar me vite më parë.
And because of this, today we have more sports facilities and sports facilities and sports grounds compared to the previous years.
Projekti ekipeve sportive në shkolla e financuar nga qeveria dhe i zbatuar nga Komiteti Olimpik Kombëtar Shqiptar në shkollat fillore 9 vjeçare dhe mesme në të gjithë vendin, paraqet zbatimin e politikave sportive që synojnë të promovojnë gjithë përfshirjen në sport.
Sports teams in schools is a project that is founded by the government and implemented by the National Olympic Committee at elementary and secondary minor schools across the country, representing the implementation of sports policies aiming at promoting inclusiveness in sports.
Njohuritë e gjetjet e kërkimeve mbi praktikat më të mira në sport duhen ndarë për të rritur gjithë përfshirjen dhe për të ruajtur frymën sociale në sport.
Research findings on the best practices in sports should be shared in order to increase inclusiveness and to maintain the social spirit in sport.
Ndërsa shikojmë drejt ardhmes, është thelbësore që të vazhdojmë të investojmë në sport si një mjet për të ndryshuar shoqërinë.
And as we move towards the future, it is essential that we continue to invest in sports as a tool for social change.
Gjithashtu do të thotë të nxisim një kulturë të qeverisjes më të mirë të organizatave sportive dhe sigurisht transparencës, gjithëpërfshirjes dhe përfshirjen e procesit të vendimmarrjes.
It also means that fostering the culture of good governance in sports organizations, which ensures at the same time accountability and inclusion in the decision-making processes.
Për më tepër, duhet të njohim rolin e sportit në promovimin e shëndetit dhe mirëqenies.
And moreover, we must recognize the role that sport has in promoting health and well-being.
Aktiviteti fizik I rregullt është thelbësor për ruajtjen e një stili të jerit të shëndetshëm. Dhe sporti ofron një mënyrë argëtuese dhe mban të angazhuar për të qëndruar aktiv.
Regular physical activity is essential to maintaining a healthy lifestyle, and sports provide a funny and engaging way to stay active.
Në përfundim, sporti ka fuqi të kapërcejë kufit dhe të bashkojë njerëz në mënyrë që pak fusha të tjera mund të bëjnë.
And in conclusion, I can say that sports has the power to bridge borders and to bring people together in ways that no other thing or other fields can do.
Ndërsa vazhdojmë të përballemi me sfidat e kohës sonë, dhe të shfrytëzojmë fuqinë e sportit për ndërtuar një botë më gjithëpërfshirëse, të barabartë dhe paqësore.
And meanwhile, that we're facing the challenges of the present, let us use the power of sport to build a more inclusive, equal, and a more peaceful world.
Vizioni jonë I përfaqësuar është të krijojmë një sistem sportiv të qëndrueshëm dhe gjithëpërfshirës, që garanton pjesëmarrjen e të gjithëve.
Our vision is to create a sustainable and inclusive sports system that guarantees participation of all.
Strategjia jonë duhet të përshëndrohet në forcimin e qeverisjes bashkëpunuese në sport, duke përfshirë të gjithë aktorët e interesuar, qeverinë, organizatat sportive dhe sektorin privat.
And our strategy must focus on strengthening collaborative governance in sport, involving all stakeholders, the government, sports organizations, as well as the private sector.
Duke ndjekur këtë drejtim, ne do të kemi mundësinë të ndërtojmë një të ardhme ku sporti vepron si një urë, uniteti që ofron lidhje midisnesh.
And in this direction, so we have the opportunity to build a future where sports act as the bridge of unity and that strengthens the bonds between us.
Për miqtë tanë, shpresoj që të shijojnë pikpritjen, të shijojnë Tiranën tonë mrekullueshme dhe të largohen me një mendje që duhet të rikthehen sërish.
Okay, for our friends and guests today, I hope that you enjoy this Tirana, you enjoy this birthday, and hopefully you have like bigger meetings in the future.
Porque here that as massa as pessoas estão sharing the forum and the querem se aprofundar, de aprofundar o forum e de
For the rest of you, I hope you enjoy this forum and you can share experiences at the research holidays, and I wish you all the best. Thank you, Mr. Hoja, for sharing these incredible ideas and policies that the Ministry of Education has for undertaking for sport in particular. I know that you have to be in another meeting, so thank you for having these minutes for us. And I'm happy now to give the floor to Professor Antonio Tesoro, the initiator of this forum and the person who made us make this forum possible, getting us all in here. Thank you. The floor is yours, Professor Tesoro.
Thank you, Chair. Vice Minister of Education and Sport of Albania, Mr. Edwin Hoxha. Rector of the Sports University of Tirana, Professor Arion Casa. IBAS Senior Project Officer, Ms. Cassandra McTavish. Members of the organizing committee, ENSE board members, they are over, and ENSE community. Thank you to come in this conference and welcome. And thanks, most important thanks to the University of Tirana and the organizing committee for hosting the 17th ENSE Forum in the capital of Albania, a city that is having a radical transformation, defining tradition and rewriting its future. And you can see it also working in Tirana now, as we did in these days, with the architectural transformation that the city is having. But going back to the themes of the ENSE Forum, also this year, we want to offer a space of reflection and discussion on the current societal and educational challenges. So, once again, education, sport education, is on the center of the field. In Italy we say al centro del campo. Once again, the ENSE Forum will focus around the role of sport education in sport diplomacy and cultural identity, supporting the inclusion of individuals from diverse social, cultural, educational, and ability backgrounds. And an important topic also will be centered around the development of tools and learning opportunities for sport educators to better support healthy lifestyles in youth. But the forum will also offer an overview on how new technologies and innovation might play a role in supporting healthy lifestyles, as well as sport education. And the last but not least, a major area of the forum also this year will concern on the pedagogical and policy structure that frame sport education and the work of sport educators in youth. So, once again, thank you very much to everybody. And yesterday evening, my friend and colleague, Professor Casa, we thought that it's important to pay a tribute 1 minute with us for the floods that has hit Valencia and our Spanish. You can imagine that The ring of 1 year was flooded in few hours. Mr. Mosha is not only the vice minister, he's also the president of the network of the region. So he's very active in the field of sports.
Okay. Now we start the first session. And I can share with the person who will the story of this session. I give the word to Cassandra Petrovich, like a keynote speaker in founding conference.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed colleagues and honored guests, it is a profound honor to stand before you today to discuss the vital role that sport education plays in bridging borders and fostering unity across the Euro-Balkan-Mediterranean region. In a world facing complex challenges and societal divisions, be they cultural, political, or economic, sport education stands as a powerful instrument to encourage dialogue, peace, and mutual understanding. Today, I will delve into our policies and programs, particularly those aligned with the values of the European Sports Charter, and examine the impact they have on promoting inclusivity, ethical values, and safety in sport throughout the region. Sport possesses a unique ability to unite individuals across diverse backgrounds, transcending boundaries, languages, and identities. Through shared experiences, people connect on a human level, building trust and fostering mutual respect. And within the Euro-Balkan-Mediterranean region, a tapestry of rich cultures and historical complexity, sport has a profound role in promoting democracy, human rights, and the rule of law, which are the core values of the Council of Europe. This region has witnessed significant changes and at times serious conflicts, yet sport offers an accessible and meaningful avenue for building understanding and overcoming divisions. The Council of Europe, through its sport division and enlarged partial agreement on sport, which we call CATAS, which is the group I work with, has developed a comprehensive strategy to harness the power of sport to foster social cohesion, mutual understanding, and peace. So I will now share with you a bit of background on the Council of Europe itself, a bit on the sport division at EPAS and its various partners, and finally on our work in the Euro-Balkan-Med region. Founded in 1949, the Council of Europe is dedicated to promoting human rights, democracy, and rule of law. With 46 member countries and a mission that extends over 700 million people, it provides a unique platform for governments to collaborate on improving the lives of their citizens. The Council's initiatives range from protecting individual rights through the European Court of Human Rights to promoting high standards for social inclusion and cultural dialogue. In practical terms, we work alongside member states to set standards, we monitor compliance, and we drive action on key issues. Our focus spans areas as diverse as combating violence against women, addressing child sexual abuse, and fighting cybercrime and corruption. We are dedicated to protecting fundamental freedoms, from media freedom and personal privacy to social rights and the rights of national minorities. We actively promote democratic citizenship, human rights education, and youth participation with an emphasis on integrity in sport, cultural preservation, and Europe's rich natural heritage. Additionally, we address future challenges such as artificial intelligence, bioethics, and environmental protection, recognizing the importance of preparing for a rapidly evolving world. In order to help you a little bit better understand the Council of Europe, I thought I'd show you a quick video so you can see a little bit more about our history and where we are today.
As usual, in the morning, our results will out with explosives, 18 Russian missiles, all 3 times, where down the line.
Our organization has the skills and expertise to deliver the register and the board as
If we are involved in the United States or whatever day it may take, we must begin now. And the first practical step would be to form a country.
Let's agree it will do. But there is not yet a real European state during this council of meetings.
Quando generale ENSE
I could go on for hours about the Council of Europe, but I think I'll spare you more than that. You can all find out all the information on the website. But there's a lot of things that came up in that video that are worth exploring a little bit further, and certainly the European Court of Human Rights, which is a tool that's accessible to all citizens, member states of the Council of Europe, including, of course, Albania. By focusing on social and cultural cooperation rather than economic policies, which is more of the remit of the European Union, the Council of Europe has become a central pillar for advancing Europe's social values. The Council's policies are implemented through practical, policy-oriented approaches that help member states improve legislation, combat discrimination, and empower citizens. A significant part of this mission lies in ensuring that everyone, regardless of background, has access to justice and equal opportunities. Through collaboration with civil society organizations, the Council brings a wide range of perspective in its work, enriching the impact of its policies. Sport connects people across different cultures, languages, and national identities, offering a universal language that fosters shared values and mutual respect. In the Euro-Balkan-Med region, marked with rich diversity and complex historical challenges, sport plays an essential role in advancing the core values of the Council of Europe. Through its sport division and EFAS, which is a bit of a strange name, it means Enlarged Partial Agreement on Sport, which basically is a way of defining that we're a body of the Council of Europe where we can have our own member states. So we're not necessarily aligned to the member states of the Council of Europe. We've developed a comprehensive strategy to leverage sport education as a means to promote peace, stability, and mutual understanding across this diverse area. The sport division itself includes sport conventions, joint projects, and values-based work. To ensure that the Council of Europe remains a driving force in embedding human rights into and through sport, we work through the sport convention, specifically the Anti-Doping Convention, which concerns one of the biggest threats to sports ethics as well as the health of athletes. The Maculan Convention, which is a legal instrument and the only international rule of law on the manipulation of sport competitions. And finally, the Saint-Denis Convention, which is the only internationally binding instrument to establish an integrated approach based on three interdependent pillars: safety, security, and service. In addition, the sport division carries numerous projects, including All In Plus, No Hate Speech, and Child Safeguarding, which I will touch on later. The Enlarged Partial Agreement on Sport is a vital framework within the Council of Europe designed to enhance pan-European cooperation in sport. Established in 2009, EFAS operates as a collaborative structure involving both member states and a broad network of stakeholders. Its mission is to address key challenges in the field of sport, particularly around inclusivity, ethical standards, and safety. The agreement is structured with a governing board composed of representatives from 41 member states, of which Albania has been a member since 2008, which sets EFAS's strategic objectives and priorities. A consultative committee provides a unique platform for dialogue and partnership between government and non-government organizations, including sport federations, NGOs, and other stakeholders, allowing diverse perspectives to shape policy decisions. EFAS initiatives are guided by the principles laid out in the European Sports Charter. Some of you have these in front of you, emphasizing the values such as fairness, respect, and equal access to sport. EFAS is unique in that it allows countries to participate in sports cooperation without requiring them to be full Council of Europe members, encouraging a broader regional integration. Through EFAS, the Council of Europe effectively champions policies and programs to make sport a force for unity and human rights across Europe and beyond. The Consultative Committee of EFAS plays a crucial role as the collaborative arm of the Enlarged Partial Agreement on Sport, bringing government and non-government perspectives to foster holistic policy development. This committee comprises 30 members, including sports federations such as Rugby Europe or FIBA, and NGOs such as ENSE and EAS, both represented here today, and ensures that EFAS initiatives reflect a wide range of experiences and expertise. Acting as an advisory board to the governing board, the Consultative Committee offers invaluable insights on critical issues such as ethical governance, inclusivity, and athlete safety. By fostering dialogue and contributing to policy recommendations, the committee helps to enhance transparency and accountability within the sports governance, ensuring that the core values of the European Sports Charter are consistently upheld. Through this diverse collaboration and very unique opportunity, the Consultative Committee significantly strengthens EFAS's mission, helping to shape sport in Europe as a force for social cohesion, fairness, and respect. The Consultative Committee is very active in our thematic work as well. Every 2 years, so an alternate year from when we host a sports ministers conference, EFAS hosts a diversity conference on a key thematic area. In 2021, it was the promotion and protection of the human rights of transgender and intersex athletes. In 2023, it was the inclusion of child migrants and refugees in and through sports. And finally, next year, we will explore the challenges faced by two generations, youth and seniors in sports. Each conference brings together the expertise of the Consultative Committee members, as well as key experts in these fields. The outputs are varied. For example, for the migrant file, we'll be hosting a webinar on best practices and how our member states can apply them in their countries, followed by a compendium of best practices hosted on our website. One key member of the EFAS Consultative Committee is the European Network of Sport Education, ENSE. a vital partner for over 6 years in our efforts to enhance the quality and accessibility of sport education across Europe. Through its extensive network of educators, researchers, and practitioners, ENSE promotes innovative approaches to sport education that are inclusive, evidence-based, and aligned with the broader objectives of the Council of Europe. We look forward to continuing to work closely with ENSE and Antonio for years to come. The Council of Europe Sports Division operates under the guiding principle that sport is a fundamental human right, accessible to individuals regardless of their background. Our strategy is built on 3 key pillars, making sport more ethical, more inclusive, and safer. Ethical sport is the foundation of healthy sporting environment, fostering trust and fairness in competition. Inclusivity sport must be accessible to everyone, irrespective of gender, ethnicity, and socioeconomic class. And safety in sport, the safety and well-being of athletes are paramount. So creating a safe sporting environment is the 3rd pillar of our strategy. I'll tell you a little bit more about this European Sports Charter, which is my passion and everything that our work is based on. And as some of you have in front of you, otherwise they're all available online. The central to our approach is the European Sports Charter, which sets out the principles and values governing sport across Europe. The Charter promotes the right of every individual to participate in sport, emphasizing inclusivity, respect for others, and the importance of fair play. These values align with our objectives for sport education in the Euro-Balkan-Med region. The Charter underscores the role of sport in fostering personal and social development, health, and well-being. It advocates for integrating sport into education systems, recognizing its critical role in promoting life skills, social inclusion, and cultural understanding. Articles 7, 10, and 11 of the Charter play a significant role in guiding our educational strategies and initiatives. Article 7, Education in Values Through Sport Ethics, promotes the concept of sport ethics as a way of thinking that shapes behavior within and outside sport. It includes principles that you've heard today, such as respect, teamwork, honesty, environmental responsibility, highlighting that sport is an excellent platform for imparting these values. Education in sport ethics teaches individuals how to make fair and respectful choices, nurturing integrity and tolerance. This article encourages educators to develop curricula that focuses on sportsmanship, respect, and responsibility. Article 7 provides a roadmap for shaping ethical, responsible behavior, making sport ethics an essential component of holistic sport education, empowering individuals to act with integrity and serve as leaders in their community. Article 10, the right to sport, highlights that access to sport is a fundamental human right. It asserts that every individual, regardless of race, gender, or socioeconomic status, should have equal opportunities to participate in sport within safe and supportive environments. This article emphasizes the need to break down barriers that prevent marginalized groups from participating in sport. Article 10 stresses the transformative power of sport as a tool for personal development and social integration. By framing access to sport as a right, it encourages sports educators, policymakers, and community leaders to work towards universal participation in sports activities. For professors and master's students, the article provides a foundation for exploring how equitable access to sport can lead to broader social benefits, including improving health, community engagement, and the promotion of cultural diversity. And finally, Article 11, Building the Foundation for the Practice of Sport, addresses the importance of building a lifelong engagement in sport, particularly by developing physical literacy, movement skills, and fitness from a young age. This article emphasizes that schools, sports clubs, and local communities should collaborate to provide access to physical education and sports facilities, creating an environment where young people are encouraged to engage in regular physical activity. Article 11 underscores the need for programs that link schools with local sports clubs, promoting consistent access to sports opportunities and skilled educators. This article supports the integration of sports education across the school curriculum, motivating educators to cultivate programs that encourage fitness and active lifestyles. The article calls for community-based programs that foster sustainable engagement in sport from childhood through adulthood. By promoting inclusive, accessible sport education, we are upholding the principles of the European Sports Charter and contributing to the broader goals of European integration and feasibility. Another element of the charter is the monitoring aspect of the charter, which is very relevant here, in particular in Albania. The European Sports Charter does not only set values and principles for sport in Europe, it also provides a framework for monitoring and evaluating how these principles are being implemented across member states. Through EFAS, the Council of Europe conducts regular assessments to ensure that the policies and practice of the member states align with the Charter's values of inclusivity, fairness, and respect for human rights. The monitoring process involves gathering data, engaging with stakeholders, and providing recommendations to governments on how they can improve their sport policies. In the Euro-Balkan-Med region, this monitoring work is particularly important as it helps to identify areas where further support and development are needed, ensuring that sport education remains a powerful tool for social cohesion and peace building. EFAS, through the objectives of the European Sports Charter Working Group, has developed a new methodology for monitoring the European Sports Charter, which includes 2 to 3 visits in member states per year and a full rollout of a quantitative questionnaire to be repeated over 3 to 5 years. Most recently, the implementation of the charter was evaluated by a team of representatives from both our governing board and our consultative committee in Albania, in North Macedonia, and in Slovakia, to name a few. The quantitative questionnaire has just recently been sent out to all our member states, and it's a series of 47 questions, I believe, that really examine all the elements of the charter and whether or not the member states are currently fulfilling or intend to fulfill over time these values through their policies and practices. So I'll take you now through a couple of examples, very quick examples of some of the work the Council of Europe is doing in the region. One of the work we're doing is in child safeguarding in sports. And this project addresses safeguarding measures to protect children in sport across Europe, focusing on the Euro-Med and Balkan regions. This initiative aligns with the Council of Europe Convention on the Protection of Children Against Sexual Exploitation and Sexual Abuse, you saw in the video, also known as the Lanzarote Convention, and requires criminalization of all kinds of sexual offenses against children and empowers countries to implement protective policies. It establishes child safeguarding officers across sports organizations and tailors training to address unique social-cultural dynamics. Croatia, for instance, has actively participated in the project by developing a roadmap that builds on the national sports program, ensuring comprehensive protective measures for children in sport. This roadmap brings together government and sport bodies and engages NGOs, child welfare advocates, and educational institutions. Another example is the Start to Talk project, which targets the prevention of abuse against children in sport. By collaborating with national and local bodies, it implements practical safeguards, including training coaches on recognizing abusive behavior and educating young athletes about their rights. In Bulgaria, for example, Start to Talk has worked closely with the Ministry of Youth and Sport and the State Agency for Child Protection. Together, they implemented a safeguarding program that includes training coaches on recognizing behaviors, creating safe reporting channels, and educating young athletes on their rights. And finally, combating hate speech in sport is a project that addresses preventing hate speech in sport across all of Europe and promotes safer, more inclusive sports through collaborations with stakeholders, providing technical support to create strategies grounded in human rights. Montenegro's involvement as a project coordinator emphasizes the ability of this program to adapt to specific national contexts, demonstrating how countries in the Euro-Med Balkan regions can tailor these resources and campaigns to their unique needs. The challenges we face are significant, but so too are the opportunities. There are a combination of policy support, educational initiatives, and dedicated partnerships. We have a robust framework for overcoming these challenges. This commitment includes expanding sport education programs to better serve marginalized and vulnerable populations, fostering gender equality, projects like the All in Plus project, for which we have a fantastic partnership here with the university, and a special thanks to Alan for his work on this project, and safeguarding the rights of well-being and young athletes. Looking forward, we envision a Europe where sport education adapts to meet the evolving needs of a society. This includes addressing emerging trends, such as digital transformation of sport and the rise of e-sport, which open up new pathways for engagement, but also bring questions about fair access, digital wellness, and inclusivity. The Council of Europe is actively working with stakeholders to explore how digital technologies can be harnessed to expand the reach and impact of sport education without compromising the ethical standards that underpin our work. Our focus extends to further developing and refining the European Sports Charter's implementation by monitoring its impact, and we'll be better equipped to support countries in aligning their national sport policies with our shared values. This ongoing review process not only strengthens our effort, but allows us to continuously learn and adapt, ensuring that sport remains a dynamic, positive force within society. Finally, the Council of Europe and its partners are dedicated to cultivating a culture of respect and cooperation through sport. The partnerships we fostered with ENSE, the EFAS Consultative Committee, and numerous regional stakeholders underscore the importance of collaborative action. By pooling our expertise and resources, we can build resilient programs that reinforce the unifying power of sport across Euro-Balkan Mediterranean regions. In conclusion, sport education is not just a tool for physical development. It's a cornerstone of the Council of Europe's mission to build a more united, inclusive, and peaceful Europe. The values of the European Sports Charter guide our work and ensure our efforts are rooted in principles of fairness, inclusivity, and respect for human rights. The Euro-Balkan-Med region, which is rich in diversity and history, stands to benefit immensely from these efforts. By working together, we can bridge borders, foster mutual understanding, and build a brighter future for all. I extend my deepest gratitude to all of you for your attention, and I look forward to our continued collaboration in making sport a unifying force in our region. Together, we can ensure that sport education continues to play a vital role in building Europe that is stronger, more cohesive, and more inclusive. Thank you.
Sport brings people together, fosters mutual respect, and drives positive change across societies, inspiring us to be our best selves. The European Sports Charter is built on values and is the touchstone for those who believe in the transformative power of sport. It commits to sport for all, the right for everyone to embrace the joy of sport without violence or discrimination. It ensures that in every competition, on every pitch, not only do we strive to be our best and follow the rules of the game, we respect the very essence of fair play. It helps us build communities that stand together where cooperation and mutual support are everyone, and our shared passion is mirrored in our individual achievements. It uses the transformative power of sport to build healthier, happier lives. It creates a real level playing field, so that no matter who you are, you have an equal chance to shine. It stresses the need to safeguard young athletes and help them realize their potential. It upholds integrity of the game and gives no ground to choose. It shows us that sport is more than a game. It's a celebration of diversity, breaking down barriers, especially for the vulnerable, such as children, migrants, and people with disabilities. It shows us the true value of sport goes beyond the playing field. It can lead to lifelong learning, personal growth, and leadership. These values are the heartbeat that drives us, that transcend boundaries, inspire greatness, and leave a lasting legacy for generations to come. Now, more than ever, it's time to ensure that the provisions of the European Sports Charter become a reality for all.
Thank you very much, Sandra McTavish, for this very inspirational speech. I have to say that the values that you show that are written in the charts will be done in a manner that will be not only up to the levels for us, but we will work very hard to work in that direction and to share the values. Also, together in cooperation with other NGO, for this reason we signed also a few weeks ago Katowice and Mo with European Athletes and Students. Julian is the president of the EAS, so we will unify our efforts in that direction. And now we are trying to recover some time. We are a little bit delayed, but we will at the end we will have time, I'm sure. So we will postpone the questions at the end of this session, so you will have the possibility to ask. And so for this reason, now I call the next speaker, that is Jean-Michel Deval from the EUB University, the Liberal University of Brussels in Belgium. And apart the three keynote speech, today we have two, tomorrow we will have the third one. The oral presentation, I remember to everybody, including the person, that the time is 8 minutes plus 2 for questions, but we can do the questions at the end.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Director, the friends, the colleagues, I'm very happy to be here. I'm work not in the faculty of electricity or physical education, but from political science. And I try to work about a different subject, relation between sport and politics. I know we are very, very busy, then I will only go to questions. I need 5 minutes, and we can discuss during coffee break and so on and so on. I think this congress is what is the most important is coffee break and our relation between colleagues is in the coffee break that we can work together and think about all the projects. Then, what is the question? The question is what is the use of sports soft power by European Union? I think discussion about European Union here in Albania is very important today to see the role of European integration. It's sport is very, very important. Why? Because, as you know, we have a deficit of identity in the European Union, and what is my subject with my PhD student colleagues is to understand how sport can play a role to create a European identity. And if yes, how? And what is very interesting for me is to remind you that when the EU began, they don't use sports. It's for me very incredible because sport interests a lot of people on the street, not only related, but people, common citizens in Europe can be very interested by sport. It can be a very important role to create European identity, that they don't use sports, and we try to understand why we must wait so many time to see sport play a role in the European integration. I have no time. I want to remember you. I support that the PPT will be as possible to read the PPT later. That if somebody is interested, you can read the PPT. Really, I know we are very, very busy. Then we have different steps to understand the relation between EU and sports. You have the Harvard Global Report and early intervention in sport. We have the white paper on sport, and we have the Treaty of Lisbon, where sport begins to play now a role in European integration, and today we have European sport governments play a more and more important role. I want also to say that sport can create a common identity But it's very difficult because organized competition only between members of the EU, it's more or less impossible because it makes no sense. Sport is not organized at EU level. In cycling, you cannot think it. You have Tour de France, Tour d'Italie, you don't have European tours. It makes no sense, and it's very difficult to think that. I think it is our responsibility, our common responsibility, to think and to discuss together how sport can help European integration, and all European integration can help also sport with the excellent presentation before my presentation. But if sport can create some unification, we can also admit that sport can create also some division between people. As a political scientist, we know how national identity, local identity can play also very difficult relation between people and between cities and between countries. It is not the Balkan that I must explain all this very emotional feeling that sport can create also. Then, to finish, also sport can be an integration tool for non-member states. It's not only for member states, it's also for a non-member state that sport can play a role. And mega sport event is a pro soft power tools also. Really, conclusion, sport increasingly used to build European identity, but more to be done. Identity crisis is far from over in the European Union. Continuous strategy to begin adapting to the needs of the new generation. E-sports, very important, participative campaign and social network, and I will finish here to offer time for all the participants of the college. Thank you very much.
So thank you very much for your presentation. I saw when you were scrolling the PowerPoint, there was one about the European sport, the Euro-Balkan sport, and in that direction also, I say just in 2 seconds that we have a Balkan network of sports, including the University of Vienna, University of Fortalito, the 3 Armenian universities. We will explain later. And within this network, this year for the first time, there has been in Pristina and in Tirana, other in Elbasan, in Pushkobre, in Montenegro. There has been also the Balkan European Wing of Sport. That is very interesting aspect that maybe we need to explain to show better next time. Well, now move on the next presenter, that is Matthew Muscat-England. I was correct with the pronunciation.
Yes, that's
Thank you. Okay, his presentation is about chivalry, disposition, and sport, the last 2 centers.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for this opportunity to come speak here today. And I wish you all a very good morning. We've already mentioned values several times today. So hopefully I can take a slightly different angle on this. Crusaders. This is relevant for us. We're in the Euro-Balkan-Med context here. So we all know what the Crusades are. We mentioned our complex history before. This is our complex history. So I'd like to use this context to really discuss values and our reflection on the values. Are we simply reinforcing values because we're told to do, or are we really reflecting on what they mean, why we're promoting? So my question is this: of course, we have a holy war between Christian West and Muslim East. these crusaders who fought these wars, what values motivated them to fight? And the more important question is, are these the same values that athletes use to fight and compete today? I'd like to examine this question through the perspective of Friedrich Nietzsche, or Friedrich Nietzsche specifically his critique of morality. I'm not sure how the political scientists here feel about me including this philosopher, but it certainly gives us a different perspective. He certainly encourages us to really reflect on values and on morality. Sometimes we think certain values are good. We think they look for their own sake, but sometimes they become bad. So I'm talking specifically about these values. The importance of physical strength and physical prowess, physical skill is very important for athletes. Too much of this can perhaps turn into aggression. We have the importance of deference, loyalty, obedience. Sometimes this can become blind obedience, which is not good. And we also have virtue, belief in higher powers, causes, ideas, which take to extreme. Perhaps sometimes we don't fully understand these thoughts and these ideas. When you put all of these together, when they combine, they create something more. They create what I'm calling chivalric disposition, the uptake of chivalrous values. And in the study that I'm going to share today, we've measured this in my department. These research that I'm doing at the moment, this scale of validation, so it's tools so we can measure uptake of these values and what effect this has. So we do quantitative studies, see are there relationships between uptake of these values and a psychometric trait and other constructs. This core set of values I'm using in perspective here, or in terms of theory, I'm coming from a theory of cultural evolution. So these values have been with us deeply entrenched since the beginning of human civilization. They manifest in different forms over time. From the Spartans had a famous code, chivalric code. The Romans had a famous martial code. Of course, the medieval knights, and of course, how do we manifest these today? This blind obedience, faith in higher powers that we don't fully understand, and absolutely too much value of strength and prowess and dominating others. So this is something inside us, that's been with us for a very long time. If this was not the case, then posts like these wouldn't make sense. Right? This is Richard the Lionheart, the famous crusader. I could mention Scandinavia, since we're here. Similar heroic image portrayed of Europe. And this was used to promote the fight earlier this year between Tyson Fury and Francis Ngannou. Tyson Fury is actually a bit older at the moment, apparently. He's from our country. So if there wasn't this underlying core values, these processes like these wouldn't make sense. Just suggesting that these values are very deeply entrenched. Of course, this is not a good thing. So Franson gives us a warning. Franson really analyzed the use of appealing to chivalrous values to facilitate some of the most reprehensible events of the 20th century. By appealing to our sense of chivalry, we went and fought causes we don't necessarily fully understand. So this is the direction I'm coming from. So does this in sport? Franson highlights the connection between chivalry and self-sacrifice. This is ultimately what I want to critique. Does having chivalrous values, does this lead us to go and sacrifice ourselves? And are we promoting this in sport? Famous image of Bill Fraser, he was famously knocked down, I believe it was 6 times by George Foreman, and this is a famous fight. He had lasting, apparently he had lasting health problems after this fight, but we portray this as heroic, as we do these instances, these famous images. The one in the middle is perhaps one of the most impressive, but Troutman broke his neck, broke, I think it was 2 vertebrae, and carried on playing. They got high in 1956. And do we say, oh my goodness, how terrible, this should never happen? We don't say that. We say legend, hero, right? We present the standards to which athletes try to aspire. How do we know that? Because we have this badge of honor culture. Now we're getting more specific to the study that I would like to share with you in a minute. Randy Couture, down here. American wrestler and a main fighter. He's an actor now, stars in action movies, and he frequently mentions his cauliflower here, right? The oracle left in his own mouth, and he did inside the here. He's proud of this, his battle scar. He wears this with pride. He also has a broken nose, swollen brows, scarring, facial swelling as well. Displays it proudly. We know this has been going on for a long time. Evidence is actually from 340 BC. We see broken nose, swollen brows, and also an irregular in his own here as well, which you make out of statue. So we've been glorifying self-sacrifice for a long time. And of course, Jake LaMotta, if you've seen the film Raging Bull, starring Robert De Niro, it's about this man. He was famous that he never knocked off his feet. He was famous for his ability to absorb punishment. And this is heroic. So, can we measure chivalric submission uptake of these values? Well, we did a factor analysis a while ago, and we come up with a 21-item scale measures chivalric submission. These are actually the items. Naturally, I shared these in writings. We took sample data to athletes in Malta, combat athletes and regular athletes. We said, what is their level of chivalric disposition? We compared this to the original scale validation data. It's told us that athletes do have a higher level of these chivalrous values than the general population. And it's statistically significant. According to the 95% confidence intervals, there's a difference in these means. Also, we found a statistically significant but mild relationship between chivalric disposition and attitudes towards injuries. So, attitudes towards injuries is measured using a bespoke scale of 10 items, where we measured the athletes' attitudes towards, for example, injuries being a good opportunity to become tough, become resilient, to help them in their lives outside of sport. So we found a relationship here. So what does this mean? I'll conclude with a challenge and an appeal. There is evidence here that we do promote these kinds of toxic chivalrous values in and through sport. So if athletes have more of these values, then we're putting them at risk. But on a broader scale, we are promoting these to broader society. So what I would like to say, what I would like to make an appeal to everybody in this room, as sport coaches, educators, and sport researchers, we need to reflect on the values we promote. And here we can join Friedrich Nietzsche's mission. So Friedrich Nietzsche told us, the future thinkers, future philosophers, to revalue all values. So let's do that. Rather than taking values we think are good, like duty, loyalty, and respect of others, should we do away with these? No, we shouldn't. But we should reflect on them. And we should always ask the question, this is a compendium that I've done for myself, looking at these values and not promoting them blindly, but reflect on why exactly. And I believe we should all do this. And I think the most important question to ask are, when I'm promoting this value, who benefits? This is a critical question for us to build this new inclusive society, which Nietzsche wanted us to do as the future thinkers. When I promote these values, is it in the interest of the athlete, or is it in the interest of someone else? Who benefits for all of us expressing this value? These are important questions. Whenever we find ourselves saying, this is just what we do, we're athletes, we're men, this is what we do. Why? Let's think about it. And that's my appeal today. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Presentation, I remember that you will have the possibility, the abstract of the conference will be published on the special issue, but we have also the possibility to publish an extended abstract. So the data that you were mentioning, we will be able to, we will accompany to record. So now we have okay, it's online. Now we have the last intervention from the European Fair Play movement. It's another NGO.
I don't hear you.
Been following since the welcome speech.
Do you hear me?
Okay, yes, we hear you. Clear and loud.
Përshëndetje. Kënaqësi me kanë me ju sot nga Brukseli. Faleminderit për ftesë. Presidente Tessitore, Rector Casa, Cassandra, Jean-Michel, good morning. Good morning, ENSE family. Thank you, Mr. President Tessitore, to give me the floor for presenting EFPM and confirming the partnership we will sign very soon. So briefly here, a presentation of EFPM, also a member of the Consultative Committee of EPAS, and just to underline the ways that ENSE and EFPM could cooperate in the near future. Hello to all the friends in the room this morning. So we are, EFPM, European Fair Play Movement, is celebrating its 30th anniversary this year, has been founded in Zurich in 1994. And the main activities we are organizing, although it's developing its awards congress this year. Actually, last week we were in Turkey, and the topic was bullying and cheating in sport. We do have also, you will see, a Fair Play for Peace honorary award. We are partner with the World Fair Play Day, and we develop a perpetual calendar for Fair Play World. I will not enter here in all the definitions of the fair play. I would just like to underline that in the Article 8B of the European Sport Charter of the Council of Europe, you also have a definition of what fair play could be. But I would like here to underline that the three pillars here, education, citizenship, and sport, that are driving our activities, and I think that they are fully in line with ENSE activities. Our newest activity, it's the Fair Play for Peace Award, also in line with the UN development goals and what the United Nations are doing in this regard with the Day for Sport, Peace and Development. And coming to our partnership of EFPM, we do have a number of partners, obviously, from national Olympic committees to European system associations. We have more than 40 countries, more than 19 associations member. And just here on the left-hand side, I integrated how ENSE is presenting itself, and underlining in bold and that creating innovative educational materials connect the organization work in the field of education. And that's what we believe we are as well. That's the reason that it makes sense to the eyes of the board to conclude the partnership. To be concrete, and I just add a picture here of other partners of ENSE signing the agreement with us, namely EAS, Dual Career, and ENSO, Grassroots Sports, was in Rome in 2022. Cassandra was also with us in Rome to that occasion. Just to underline maybe two activities we developed under the motto "Fair play is a daily matter," really focus on education. One is the perpetual calendar for a fair play world. It's free. You can download it from the website of the World Fair Play Day. We have one action a day. And the concept also developed by the president during the Cartagena EAS conference in 2022 about the third career. So it's not only the dual career, but how we can carry the universal and positive values of sport during our whole life. The other activity that also makes sense to work together with ENSE and develop it in higher education, it's what we developed here with one of the municipalities of Brussels, Molenbeek, the Fair Play School, which is activities during a week in a school, and they are transmitting a relay from one school to the other. So last year, we covered the 17 public schools of Molenbeek, just to be a little bit concrete on the actions we are doing on the field. To come slowly to the end of this presentation, I'm extending an invitation to you. This invitation was already taken by European athletes as students. Every week we are on radio and TV. We conclude an agreement with the Brussels TV and radio channel, French speaking in Brussels, to speak about everything about sport, but the results and the transfer of players. So we had a day with Blondel from the EAS board. The center pictures you can see on the top, we spoke about dual career with Sarah Shari, who is a Olympian medalist, and she's in the third year of studying medicine at the ULB. And in the picture lower, we have the brothers Mapreni. They are affected by a visual impairment. They grew up in Shkodra, but they are the goalkeepers of the national team to 2 Paralympic Games of goalball. And finally, we also have people from academia coming. In this case, by chance, I find the picture of Professor Dewal. So thank you very much for your attention. We are really, on behalf of the President Uzio, looking to finalize an agreement with ENSE. Thank you, President Tessitore, Rector Casa Shonfali Menez Peyush, Urime, and to the ENSE